Hey y'all, I'm Tim, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show.
I'm Matt, and welcome to Walkthrough Wednesdays. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of one of our greenhouses that has a lot of things to come in. So everything in here won't be quite ready, but we love getting the stuff on camera and doing Walkthrough Wednesdays and showing you guys around the nursery.
Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. Many of these things are things for future tenant tents, and if you sign up for our weekly emails, you'll find out first when these things are becoming available. Also, make sure you check out all of our cool YouTube videos on YouTube. We've got an amazing assortment on the Mr. Maple Show of cultivar highlights to now podcasts to some amazing things. So make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube.
Let's get into it. Right here we've got Acer Palmatum Summer Gold. Now, I'm a huge fan of Summer Gold. We talk about this a lot. This one is a golden yellow that goes to some exquisite bold pink reds in the fall. This one's going to light up really nice with a bold pink red soon.
Love this plant. Definitely a cool introduction by Ghirardelli Nursery in Italy. Another one of those really amazing plants from Italy, but some good yellow color. You know I love the yellow color. You put some sunlight with this plant. This is a plant, once it gets established, can handle more sunlight than a lot of other yellows and makes a good mid-sized upright. I mean, we were talking to Grumpy Gardener. I know in some of his other articles, he talked about Summer Gold being a great plant.
Excellent
He recommended.
Excellent heat tolerant yellow. This one can even go up to full sun in zone 8. So one of the very best dwarf yellows for full sun. And this one, I've seen this one thriving in full sun in Atlanta, Georgia.
Amazing plant. Really good yellow for the landscape and garden. This is a lot of our greenhouse of a lot of things that are to come here at Mr. Maple. We've got a lot of these greenhouses of things that are finishing off. Some of them are finishing off and are available now. Some are going to be for the future, for the spring.
Yeah. To give you an idea, a house this size, typically when it's full, has around 5,000 1-gallons in it. So I hear people in some of our other videos, they say, hey, stop at this, stop at that. We can't tell you about every single plant in here, but we'll definitely give you some cool highlights. Next up here, we have Acer Palmatum Kurohime.
This is a cool, awesome little plant. Kuro meaning that deep dark red color, almost black, and Hime meaning dwarf or princess. This is a small growing, very multi-stemmed upright. It's unusual. It doesn't have a lot of lateral growth for a dwarf. It is definitely more upright. And this sort of purple red new growth that just keeps coming off, that can be almost pink red at some points, is amazing when you have that darker emerald green, blue-green foliage down below.
Excellent container plant. I love it in the ground. Like Tim said, very multi-stemmed. Also often has a little almost U shape to it. It's a beautiful small plant. Pairs very nicely with Hime Sojo. You've heard us talk about Hime Sojo a lot here at our nursery. That greener older growth, that pink accent pairs awesomely with the red of Hime Sojo. It is an excellent new dwarf from Japan that really, really brings a lot to the small area garden.
Love this plant. Definitely a unique dwarf. Great for containers, great for small spaces for sure.
There's so much here we can talk about. Let's keep it moving along. I know we talked about this one once before, but I love Taro Yama. Taro Yama is in that Makawa Yatsubusa family. This one has some kind of pink new growth blushing over top of the green in early spring. It kind of bridges that gap I've said before between Kuronagishi and Makawa Yatsubusa because it has a little bit of those traits from both.
I love that description because that really tells people what it does with that larger leaf and that twisting, very tightly compact habit. I think that's a great description on Taro Yama. Newer selection from Japan, not often seen in the nursery trade, but is a plant that is really cool and really unique. I really enjoy our specimen over at Maplewood Gardens.
I think it'll be a fun plant for future generations to be collecting seed from to even add to those genetics of that Makawa Yatsubusa family. It's in that Makawa family for sure for its tightness and layering. Gives that appearance of a thick Makawa Yatsubusa. I don't actually think it was a seedling from Makawa. It's kind of its own thing, but it's very, very unique.
Love that plant. It's definitely one that's very unusual and different, stands out from the crowd. That's what I always look for in a Japanese maple, is something that's unique, different, and special. And when you get a plant that's unique, different, and special, that really just makes the plant extra special in your garden and adds that extra oomph that everybody looks for. We've got so many great plants in here, from Celebration, which we've got here, to Beni Shishihinga, some amazing sizes on Beni Shishihinga. I mean, Beni Shishihinga is one of our, it's our logo. It's our logo on MrMaple.com. It's our mom's favorite plant. Definitely gives you some nice pink colors in the spring, pink colors on the new growth, some cream on green. One of our favorite variegated plants here at Mr. Maple, and some really good sizes on the Beni Shishihinga.
Yeah, there's some Algiton back here, some really lovely ones. I'm seeing a little set of Mayday mixed in over here, so we always got Mayday in the works. I know with Talon retiring this year, he just didn't have enough sunwood, he said, on his plants. It wasn't really because he was retiring, but we've been keeping Mayday in production. Those have kind of been at a premium for There's no one with signwood on them right now, but luckily we've got a lot of really good stock plants. So we've got Mayday back into production.
This is a really interesting plant that I love. This is a selection by Yutaka Tanaka, and this is a future 10 at 10 in the works.
These will be a little bit more finished probably first, but.
And this is one called Hana Tsukasa. Again, selection by Yutaka Tanaka at Tsukasa Maple. In the springtime when this leafs out, the entire leaf is pink. I mean, and then it goes, as it matures, to a green on white. I mean, it is really spectacular and is one of the more spectacular of this style variegation. Love this plant. Pretty unusual and pretty different.
I'm a huge fan of anything from Tsukasa Maple. They've been so gracious to us and just spending their time telling us about how things originated in Japan, and just one of my favorite places to visit when I'm in Japan for sure.
I love this plant because it really has, it's everything that you like of something like a Reuben that can give you a baby pink, but then it also then transforms into the variegation.
Oh, fun pairing with Reuben too. That'd be a nice one to put near Reuben. So many cool things in here. We'll keep moving along. Gosh, there's a lot. I'll talk about Orion again. I love Orion. Orion's a really fun dwarf, again from that Red Maple Nurseries collection. We're shooting this in October, right before fall color. So you can kind of see some of the pinks on a few of these with the new growth, but this one will get some really nice green with pink red new growth. Leaves out very, very bold red.
Love this plant. The fall colors were electric on this thing with that bold yellow, yellow to orange. I mean, there's not a lot of those red dwarfs that go to that color in the fall.
Right.
And it makes a great companion plant with a lot of the other red Japanese maples because of that, because it can give you some good spring color, but then give you a contrasting fall color that really stands out in the landscape.
Really fun pairing with Jerry Schwartz. I like to see this one with Jerry Schwartz. Different colors, similar a little bit in the leaf shape, but also different in each season. So really fun pairing there to go with.
Speaking of, here's Jerry Schwartz.
Yeah. And another elongated Matson Murray style broom.
Yeah, and where this one's going to be more red in the spring, this one is more pink red in the spring. And then they have contrasting fall colors where this one goes to that pink red in the fall, and that one's going to the yellows to orange. The other thing I like about Jerry Schwartz is it is a more narrow, upright Japanese maple. I mean, it's going to be very conical in its shape rather than spreading or round, which also adds to the landscape and garden.
It's kind of a small column sometimes, which I really like too. Again, named after Billy Schwartz's mother, Jerry, there at Red Maple Nurseries when he was doing all things with Dick Wolf. Definitely check out our video on Red Maple Nurseries Part 1 and 2. We do a deep dive and kind of discuss a little bit about the history behind Red Maple Nurseries.
Love Jerry Schwartz, love Orion. Those are some great dwarfs just as we're walking through here. There's so many different varieties in here. It's really exciting that there are so many different types.
So we talked about Summer Gold. Let's talk about Anne Irene. Some good sizes on our not finished house here. These are kind of long whips right now, but a variegated sport found on Summer Gold.
Love this plant because it's variegated, it's gold, and it has an extra ruffle around the edge, which adds the ornamental appeal to each and every leaf. In the springtime, this ruffle can sometimes be a bold orange on top of the yellow.
I've had it be bright pink too.
Give it some sunlight. Once it's established, it does hold its color fairly well. It has done well in the sun for us. A further evaluation probably needs to be done for that. But an amazing plant, definitely a plant that stands out.
I mean, everything you love about Summer Gold, but with a ruffle and variegation. I mean, it's like the frilly Summer Gold, but it's very, very durable as well. Huge fan of Acer palmatum Anne Irene.
That's one I think we'll be doing a lot more going forward in the future too. I love that plant. And there's so many cool plants as we just walk down through. I know we say that a bunch. This is one that everybody will be super excited about coming up on a future 10 at 10. Acer pictum Naguri Nishiki, one of the batwing maples. We've got a whole video on the batwing maples. Love Naguri Nishiki. I first saw it at Kobayashi Momiji in Japan, and I fell in love with this plant. Yano had this plant out at World Maple Park, and it is just so white, and it really just has a unique style of variegations. It's different than Usugumo.
Yeah. Fun plant for sure. Love how white it is. It's very consistently white in the early spring too. It really brings that white in the spring garden. I've got several of these in my garden. We'll have to do some highlights on those next spring when they're in peak color, but just an amazing Acer pictum. We love Acer pictums. We graft them onto Acer truncatum. They've got a little bit more heat tolerant characteristics, which make them really fun. And there's some super unique variegated forms that we've been working to get you guys every single time. They'll probably sell out as quick as Mayday for us, because they go quickly, and truncatum rootstock is hard to come by sometimes. But Acer pictums that are variegated, man, they're some of my favorite plants. Let's grab a Golden Falls. We got a giant set of them here. We talk about Golden Falls a lot, but guys, for good reason. We keep producing this one. This one is a golden yellow Ryusin. Think of this one as Ryusin times Katsura. This one's gonna have a Katsura-like spring color with a little bit of a orange border to it, with that yellow eye to it as it first leaves. Very small leaf form like Katsura. I would say that Golden Falls actually holds the yellow a little longer than Katsura, but it's a great comparison for that color palette and leaf size.
After visiting Brian when we were shooting the hanging baskets video, how to grow Japanese maples in hanging baskets, that just got me so excited about it. Golden Falls, seeing that in a hanging basket, I think that is an excellent use for this and just give something extra. I mean, that's something that I love so much, and I could see us doing a lot of that in the future, or even marketing them in hanging baskets.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's an amazing
Same shape
plant.
as Ryusin, so this one gets about as big as you stake it. I tend to stake it to 5 to 6 feet and then let it weep down from there.
Love this plant, love the yellow, and love the fact that it just has that heavily cascading habit. That just makes it super special and pretty unique and different.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our Walkthrough Wednesdays. Things change quickly here at Mr. Maple. If you were watching last winter, we actually shot a conifer house walkthrough in the same house right when Brian was starting. It's got the orange hoodie on in that one, so if you're wondering, we rotate through these greenhouses a little bit. This is the same house the conifer house walkthrough was in. Now all full of maples, ready for next year. We hope you enjoy these Walkthrough Wednesdays. They give us a chance to kind of walk around, show you a little bit about what we're seeing here on a daily basis, and just share our passion for that with you. So definitely be signing up to get notified when our new videos come out. You can hit a notification bell. You'll get a ding every time. Typically, it's really easy to find anyway. Our videos premiere every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, except for Sundays. We're bringing that podcast, and we've got some amazing guests lined up. We've got some really fun podcasts going. We've already shot with some really cool guests as well. So stay tuned for just more announcements on that. But that podcast airs on YouTube every Sunday at 8 p.m. So there's always something cool coming there. And you can find that on all major platforms as well if you want to hear the audio form.
Yeah, and we love y'all so much. We appreciate all y'all do. Make sure to get involved in the live chat. There's such a good community there of people who get in there and talk about all the fun things about their Japanese maples they got from us during the week. From talking about, oh, I'm wondering if this is coming out in the future 10 at 10. And we love getting and seeing y'all getting involved in that community chat. And we really appreciate the comments and the people who share our YouTube videos. Thank y'all so much. We know many of y'all are international viewers, and we really hope you enjoy seeing these plants that we're growing here in Western North Carolina. We're growing them here. We're right now in October of 2022. So this is similar sizes of what we've got right now. You know, in the future, they could be smaller or larger if you're looking at these plants online.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in today. Take care
God bless.
and have a great day.